What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is BW Fitness. Today we're talking about Ghost high protein hot chocolate. Let's get to it. All right, so before we get into this review, guys, just a quick reminder, if you're new to the channel, I do videos every single week. We do vlogs, a lot of supplement reviews, and a lot of other content, guys. It's all been coming as we start 2021. Super stoked to get into this review, though. So make sure you hit that subscribing bell. You guys get notified every time. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at BW Fitness. We do a lot of giveaways over there. You can also stay up to date kind of with where I'm at with my personal kind of fitness journey. So, jumping into this review, guys. Now this one's kind of an interesting one because it's a product that is going to be kind of hard to find. But I did order both the packets of hot chocolate and the tub, the little 1 pound tub of the Ghost high protein hot chocolate. And as you can tell, we do not have a usual shaker cup. We have a coffee mug here and a spoon because we are going to mix up some of this hot cocoa here today for you guys. Now, for those of you new to the channel, we break down this sort of supplement review of protein into 3 different parts. We're going to talk about number 1, price, 2, the label ingredient breakdown, and then thirdly, we'll talk about the ever coveted that taste, guys. It's going to come in very clutch here with this sort of product. This is kind of a very unique kind of product, especially like the wintertime, Christmas, etc. Like hot cocoa is always kind of a staple kind of thing, and especially since it's a high protein. So let's jump into this, guys. Now, this is a 1 pound tub. It's smaller than usual, right? This comes in at $29.99, guys. There are 15 full servings in here. That comes in at approximately $2 a serving. Now, on the consistent pricing scale, that is gonna come in at a 4 out of 10. Not great. Now, the biggest argument that I can put towards Ghost and this sort of product is that it is a very niche product. It is a very seasonal product. It is not something necessarily that you're gonna drink year round, and it's probably something that not a lot of people are probably gonna drink, to be honest. Or a lot of people may drink because they're like, ooh, it's healthier and better for me than going and getting the standard hot cocoa, which 100% agree. If you're gonna drink hot cocoa, you might as well drink something with a bunch of protein in it. 100%. So 4 out of 10 in terms of the pricing. I think that can be justified just in terms of the ability to have something kind of unique and different throughout the holiday season. So let's move into the label ingredient breakdown, guys. Like I said, 15 full servings in here, 35.5 gram scoop, 130 calories, 2 grams of fat, 7 grams of carbs, which includes 2 grams of dietary fiber and 3 grams of added sugars. Okay, and then 20 grams of protein. Solid amount. Now, this is a full disclosure protein. That's the one thing with Ghost that I applaud them for. Very similar to NutraBio, in that they actually tell us exactly kind of where the protein is coming from. So we have the ProTherma hydrolyzed whey protein concentrate. That is a trademarked ingredient there at 22.54 grams, delivering 19.2 grams of protein. And then that other 0.8 grams of protein is coming from cocoa powder. There's no amino spiking, and this is gluten-free, guys. So just kind of a heads up there. Now, the ProTherma is a heat-stable hydrolyzed whey protein because obviously it's a hot chocolate. With heat and regular protein, some things can happen. This is probably this is a specialized protein to kind of combat that and to work well with hot, warm water. So in terms of the label ingredient breakdown, guys, this does fit within my 110 to 130 calorie kind of range for protein. Now, we're not getting the most amount of protein, but let's be honest, this is a lot better than your standard, go to the grocery store and grab a packet of hot cocoa. I think overall, in terms of this, carbs are a little bit high maybe. You could argue maybe the fat's a little high at 2 grams. I don't think it's that bad. I think, again, this is not something you're necessarily gonna be drinking throughout the year. For me personally, I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. I'm gonna dock it a few points just because it's not super high protein. And if we're gonna compare it to other proteins, it doesn't fall in line with kind of those high standard 25 grams of protein or more. But again, this is a unique product, a different kind of product. And so I think it's tough to kind of judge against regular proteins that are on the market. So 7 out of 10 in terms of the label ingredient breakdown. Let's move into the taste. Now, I did open this. I did send a couple samples off to my buddy Jerry over at Optimum Fitness for him to give it a try. So I'm sure you guys can be on the lookout for his review here soon. I am gonna do 1 full scoop here. Big old scoop. And we're gonna be extra careful with dropping this in here because this is not our usual way of doing a protein tasting. Now, this does recommend 5 to 6 ounces of water. We have about 7 ounces here, and let's give this a nice good stir. Now there are marshmallows in here, kind of a cool little thing. Ghost notorious for, you know, putting little chunks of chocolate chips or cookie pieces or all sorts of different things in their proteins. Definitely different having to stir this up. Now I'm sure you guys just saw me kind of slide some of the sludge off of the, lack of a better word, off the spoon here. But it was kind of stuck there. So, okay, mixability. I don't know if you guys can see that barely without me spilling it. As you can see, the spoon, still some chunks kind of stuck on there. So if you're using a spoon, you're probably gonna get some leftover residue from powder not really mixing in very well with the water. I think if you had one of those like stir things, it might be a little bit better. But this is about as good as I think I'm gonna get it. So give this a nice good taste test. So I'd say mixability wise, everything didn't really mix up great. I do kind of get these little kind of pieces of like not mixed up powder that hasn't dissolved yet. Now I'm not using super hot water. As you guys can tell, I'm like kind of drinking this thing kind of fast. It is, I would say, warm to hot kind of temperature. This is water straight out of my Keurig. I'll say this is, yeah, I'll say this. So for putting water in here, okay, and knowing what sort of like hot cocoa can be with milk, because I've had it before, as we all probably have, this is actually surprisingly very close. It's not as thick, obviously, because it is water, but it has the nice kind of flavor and texture of cream to it. Now, I think if everything else mixed up a little bit better, it's not overly sweet, surprisingly. I'm very surprised. It has this very rich chocolate kind of flavor to it, which I really enjoy. This is actually very refreshing. And to know that there's 20 grams of protein in this kind of makes me excited to want to drink hot cocoa. I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't drank hot cocoa in a long time because obviously most hot cocoa, it's a ton of sugar, not the healthiest, and yeah, it's just not good for you. But this is actually surprisingly good. The marshmallows just kind of dissolve in your mouth once you kind of put a little pressure on them. I think it's really nice. I think the idea and the thing that Dan and Ryan kind of put into this and like the kind of, like I said, that holiday kind of inner child kind of feeling to this product, I think is what really makes it and sets it apart from anything else. This is what makes Ghost unique in my opinion. Now I know a lot of you may come at me and say that I'm a Ghost fanboy. Ghost didn't send me this product for free. I bought this product with my own money. I bought this product. All my Ghost products have been bought by me. I've never done a review that they've sent me anything. And so I think it helps in my world to kind of almost be completely unbiased and not receiving any products for free. But at the same time, like, you know, I just applaud what they do. I think they're doing things right. I think they are setting a different kind of standard as a lifestyle kind of supplement brand rather than just like your hardcore kind of bodybuilding, that sort of thing. They're kind of very well-rounded. And so I can really applaud them for that. Now, I talked about the Ghost frosted sugar cookie. Wasn't a fan. It wasn't great. I think this is fantastic. I think if you have one of those stir things, it might be a little bit better in terms of mixability. I think though the taste is 100% on point here. I think it tastes phenomenal, and knowing that I'm getting 20 grams of protein is probably the biggest highlight here. So with that, guys, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. I think it's solid. Now, obviously the hardest part about this is being able to find it. It's not available on their website. You might be able to find it in the GNC. I personally checked my GNC right before this launched, and they did not have it out yet. It was in the back stock, but they couldn't put it out yet. So you might be able to find this at your local GNC. The packets, same sort of thing. I think these are great. I did send one of these over to Jerry as well, so he's got one. Same product, just different packaging. Obviously, this is mobile. Kind of throw this in your bag, go ski, whatever, go into the lodge and have yourself 20 grams of straight up protein, which is awesome. This doesn't taste like a protein powder, guys, whatsoever. It's fantastic. It really just brings a smile to my face, knowing that like this is a supplement and not just like your Nestle hot cocoa sitting at your local grocery store. This is awesome. So with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I know it's a little bit different, but this just kind of sets a standard so that you can kind of know what to expect with somewhat of these kind of different products that Ghost does. I think this one hits the nail with the hammer, and I would definitely go back for another tub. I'm definitely gonna like kind of hunker down on this tub and enjoy it on these cold evenings here in Austin. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. Follow me on Instagram at @TheVWFitness. I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one.